What are we looking for? Dogs.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird, and we back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing, smash the like button, smash subscribe button, hop in the comment section, comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers day by day. You know we got news of the day coming out of Colorado, and we're gonna jump right into it, dog. So of course we back with another recap with this Colorado football program. As always, shout out Well Off Media, Reach the People Media for providing us this phenomenal footage each and every day. Of course, we are 1 day away from our homecoming matchup against the Baylor Bears, a matchup where, again, I will be in attendance. Looking forward to getting out there to Boulder, Colorado. Of course, I will go live immediately as soon as I touch down on the yard and get you guys some phenomenal footage without question, man. So, like always, man, I'm going to bring you guys the keys to victory video for our upcoming matchup. And it's going to be a fun matchup, man. Of course, this is our Big 12 opener. So these guys do some great things, man, on both sides of the ball. I still think we're a better football program. We're a better team. I still think we'll win. But they do have some impact players. They do some good things. And let's kind of break down for you. So, of course, I'm going to start with us. Keys to victory for our offense. Start fast and get in rhythm early. Of course, last week against Colorado State, didn't really start fast. But once we got it going, we really put our foot on the gas pedal for sure. We got to protect the football. Obviously, we know we can't turn the football over in matchups like this. When you get in conference play, man, it's definitely important to win the turnover battle. Of course, we got to keep a clean pocket for Shedeur. Keep him upright. They got a couple guys that can get out to the quarterback a little bit. So keep Shedeur Sanders upright. Allow him to be able to step up to the pocket, make throws. We're going to definitely be in good shape, man. Of course, we got to win the time of possession. We finally did that last week. I know against North Dakota State and against Nebraska, we weren't able to do that. So we did that last week. Let's keep that going. We got to keep the momentum going in the run game that we have right now. We ran the football well last week. Michael Welch, Isaiah Gustav. We getting Dylan Hayden back this week. We got to keep that momentum on the ground, and we will be fine. Limit the costly penalties. Of course, we can't have costly penalties putting us behind the sticks. We got to stay in front of the sticks, man. We got to convert on third down. Let's get the crowd in the game early. If we can score early, get some momentum, that's going to help our defense, man. We get the crowd in the game, get the crowd engaged, get everyone on their feet, loud, ready to roll. Let's challenge their DBs. They haven't faced an offense like ours all year. They haven't faced athletes that we have all year. Let's challenge their DBs a little bit. Let's see how really good they are. Would love to get a new face in the end zone, dog. Of course, we have 9 touchdowns that we've scored so far this season. They've all been through the air. It's been Jimmy, LeJontay, or Travis. Of course, we want to see Will Shepherd get in that box, man. We want to see Terrell Timmons Jr., Isaiah Gustav, Michael Welch. Let's get a new guy in the end zone without question, man. I think that's going to help our offense, right? Continue to be explosive. We can get some guys in football because we got talented athletes across the board. So I'm looking forward to seeing us spread the ball out. I love how we targeted Will Shepherd. I think he finds the end zone this week. As far as on the defensive side of the football for us, let's make them one-dimensional. We did a good job of that last week with Colorado State, and they were able to turn the ball over. Our edge rushers were able to pin their ears back and get out to the quarterback. Let's do that again this week. We also have to limit the explosive plays. Of course, they have an offense where if you do provide them some opportunities, they can do some things. They got some athletes on the outside at wide receiver. They got a dual threat quarterback as well. Let's limit the explosive plays. Let's create extra possessions for our offense. We got to turn the ball over on defense. I mean, we have a really solid defense with a really great defensive coordinator. Let's create some turnovers for sure. Also, man, we got to be disciplined in our assignments. We got to tackle well. They got a decent running back who was actually really good as a true freshman. I'm going to get into him. He was really, really talented as a true freshman. But as long as we're disciplined and we continue to do the things that we're doing on defense, we're going to be fine. Let's jump into some impact players for this Baylor Bears program. And, of course, we're going to start with the quarterback. They kind of got I won't say they have a 2-quarterback system, but they have 2 quarterbacks that's played a lot this season. Let's start with the starter, Daquan Finn. He's 6'2", 206, transferred from Toledo. He spent his entire career there before transferring to Baylor. He's a dual threat, had 32 starts at Toledo, over 7,000 passing yards, 63 touchdowns, over 1,800 rushing yards, another 25 touchdowns on the ground. He was the Mid-American Conference MVP last season. He threw for over 2,600 yards, had 22 touchdowns through the air, rushed for another 560 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground. He led the MAC in passing efficiency, passing touchdowns, passing yards per game, and passing yards per completion. Of course, he led Toledo to 11-2 record last season. So far in 2024, he's 23 of 43, 370 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He has 19 carries for 26 yards. He has 1 touchdown on the ground. He's also fumbled, though, like 3 times. So he will put the ball on the ground, but he's a legit dual threat. Finn was banged up during the Utah game, so he didn't play last week against Air Force. Of course, they had another quarterback, pro-style quarterback, Sawyer Robertson. He's 6'4", 220. He threw for 244 yards. He was 18 of 24. He had 1 rushing touchdown. So we'll see exactly what it transpired. He did start 4 games for Baylor last season. I believe he was a Mississippi State transfer, but we'll likely see Finn starting it off. Let's get into the running back room, man. Dawson Pendergrass. He's 6'2", 218. He led the Bears last season in rushing touchdowns as a freshman. He had 5 of those. He also had 2 touchdowns receiving as well. This season in 2024, 30 carries, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. He also has 3 catches for 31 yards as well. They got another running back, Richard Reese. Now, this is the young man I was talking about that was an absolute stud in 2022 as a freshman. He was a first-team freshman All-American. He was a Big 12 freshman Offensive Player of the Year. He was second-team All-Big 12 in 2022. He set the program record for rushing yards by a freshman with 972. He ranked 4th in history in rushing touchdowns with 14. He was 2nd in the nation among freshmen with rushing touchdowns that season. He had 3 games over 100 yards. He had 2 3-touchdown games. Now, he wasn't as dominant last season in 2023. Had 66 carries, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have 2 kickoff touchdowns, though. Now, in 2024, so far, 35 carries, 140 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, like I said, that man was dominant as a true freshman. Hasn't really been that since then, but we know that talent is there. Got to minimize him. Let's switch over to the wide receivers. They have Josh Cameron. He leads the team in receiving yards. He has 8 catches for 136 yards and 1 touchdown. In 2023, he had 21 catches for 224 yards. Of course, they had another wide receiver, Ashton Hawkins. He has 6 catches for 118 yards and 1 touchdown. He's a Texas State transfer. He was an absolute stud at Texas State. He had 20 starts there. He had 141 catches, 1,745 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's Texas State school record holder for catches and yards. He had 8 100-yard games there as well. He stands 5'10", $165. The Josh Cameron guy is 6'1", 220. So, of course, we got to limit those 2 wide receivers. They also have a tight end. They have a big body tight end. He's 6'4", 250, Michael Triggs. He leads the team in catches with 10. He also has 109 yards receiving and 1 touchdown as well. So they do have some weapons on the outside for sure. Like I said, they got a big body tight end. They got a couple running backs that can tote the football a little bit, and they got a dual threat quarterback who will get the job done with his legs. So, of course, we're going to have to minimize them offensively. Let's switch over to the impact players they have on defense. They got a few guys that can really play. Let's start with Matt Jones, as a linebacker. He's 6'4", 250 out of the state of Texas. He leads the team in tackles currently with 30. He has 2 tackles for loss. He's tied for the team lead there. He also had 1 PBU. Last season, he was a dog for them as well. Started all 12 games. Led the team in tackles with 82. He also led the team in tackles for loss with 11.5. He had 3 sacks. He also had 5 PBUs as well. On his career, he has 244 career tackles, 27.5 tackles for loss. Of course, this young man can very well tackle the football. Got another linebacker, Keaton Thomas. Now, this one's interesting here. He's 6'2", 224 out of the state of Florida. He's 2nd on the team right now in tackles with 27. He also has an interception as well, which was a pick 6. Now, this young man was highly interested in coming to Colorado. I actually did a video on him months ago. He was a JUCO. He was a JUCO All-American. This was like one of the best linebackers in JUCO. I mean, he was a star in 2023 at Northeast Mississippi Community College. Again, first-team JUCO All-American. Had 107 tackles that year, 10 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions. He had 1.5 sacks. Like I said, he was on CU's radar. We offered him, and we was one of the schools that he was very excited to get a chance to play for. Of course, he ultimately committed to Baylor. He's been making plays for them since he's been there. They got a safety, Bobby Devin, 5'11", $196 out of Texas. He leads all DBs in tackles with 18. He also has 1.5 tackle for loss and a fumble recovery as well. Let's get to their defensive lineman. They got a good one, Jackie Marshall. He's 6'3", 290 out of Louisiana. He leads their defensive line in tackles with 16. He also has 2 tackles for loss, which is tied for the team lead there. They got an edge rusher, Garmin Randolph. He stands 6'8", 260 out of Georgia. 10 tackles for him. He's tied for the team lead in sacks with 1.5. And they got another defensive lineman, Trevor Mai. He is 6'5", 290 out of the state of Hawaii, 1.5 tackles for loss. He's tied for the team lead there. He also has 9 tackles as well. So they got some guys that can do some great things. I still think this Colorado football program, we will get the job done. Looking forward to seeing you guys in Boulder. And I can keep it long. Just want to bring you guys another phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, dog. Bird's Eye View, man.